Hi guys, Anita here and welcome to Anita's Cake Bakery. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this glamorous stiletto heeled shoe made entirely out of gum paste. Okay, let's get started. To make your stiletto high heel shoe, you need to start off by making your heel first. Knead your gum paste to soft and pliable and work it into the mould that's already been greased with shortening. Use your rolling pin to roll over the mould and to make sure that the gum paste gets into all the creases. Use your knife to remove any excess gum paste. Smooth it over with your fingers and roll over again with your rolling pin just to make sure that the gum paste has got into all the creases of your mould. Then place your mould in the freezer for about half an hour. After this time your heel should be firm enough to unmould, so you can start by pulling it away from the sides. Turn your mould upside down and it should fall onto your work surface. You may need to slightly stretch your heel so it's the same height as your polystyrene drying ramp. Once you're happy with the height of your heel, leave it to dry overnight. Roll some gum paste to about 1/4 inch thick and then place your sole over the gum paste and cut around it with a pizza wheel. Dust your drying ramp with a little cornflour, and this helps the sole not to stick once you've placed it on. And now you can place your gum paste sole onto your drying ramp. Using some edible glue, attach the heel to the sole. Roll out some more gum paste for the inner sole of your shoe. I coloured this part honey gold, but obviously this is optional. Use a pizza cutter again to cut around this sole. Paste for this inner sole, you need to make sure that it's slightly thinner than the outer sole. So once you've fully cut out the inner sole, you need to trace around it again and just trim off around 1/4 inch. Then use your pizza wheel to trim off a part of the sole. Use some edible glue to attach the inner sole to the outer sole, but make sure you leave around 1/4 inch from the edge of the outer sole. At this point you can use your stitching wheel to create a realistic detail around the inner sole of the shoe. Roll out some more gum paste, and I've used the lighter colour this time. Place your back heel template onto your gum paste and cut around. Use your stitching wheel to create detail around the edge. Brush a little edible glue around the edge of your back heel of the shoe. Then attach your back heel to the shoe. For this shoe, I decided on an open toe design. So I'm using this template, front open toe, and I'm going to cut around the template on the gum paste. And again, use your stitching wheel to create the details around the edge of the open toe gum paste. Brush a little glue to the back of the shoe front, just on the two sides, and you can go ahead and attach the shoe front to the shoe, just making sure that it's equal on both sides and pressing in firmly so that it sticks to the shoe. At this point, you can just check that all the pieces are secure on the shoe, and then you can leave your shoe to dry for a good few days. I mean, I left mine to dry for about a week before I proceeded on to the next part. And at this point we can now add some colour to the shoe. I've decided on gold glitter. To decorate the shoe, I used two different types of edible glitter, two different shades of gold. I've mixed them together and then I've just sprinkled it over the shoe. But I coated the shoe with a little bit of water first. You can use a steamer, or you can just paint on some water with your paintbrush. So I'm going to cover the whole shoe in this glitter, and I'm just using a damp paintbrush to paint where I want the glitter to stick, and then I'm just sprinkling it on. I did forget to mention the reason why I have greaseproof paper over a baking tray is so that I can catch any excess glitter and it can be reused instead of wasting it. Nearly every part of this shoe will be covered in the glitter, and I must also mention that this glitter is food safe. Once I was satisfied that the shoe was covered in glitter in all the places I wanted it to be, I left it to dry for around 10-15 minutes before I proceeded on to the next step. You can brush off any excess glitter with a paintbrush. Brush around the edges, the inner sole, and maybe underneath the shoe. After the shoe had dried for a little bit, I attached some gold diamantes to the edge of the shoe. I used royal icing to attach this. You can use a toothpick to scrape off any excess royal icing that may be on or around the diamante trim. I then went ahead and attached the diamante trim to the front of the shoe, but this time I used edible glue as I think it held better than using the royal icing. At this point I'd realised that I'd forgotten to add glitter to the inside of the heel, so that's what I've done there, and then brushed off any excess glitter. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. For future videos, make sure to subscribe, and to get notified, go ahead and hit that notification bell. Thank you and see you soon. Bye.